What are all 25 quarter century secret rares from Duelist Nexus? Make sure you guys smash the elephant crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome. I was asked to talk about all 25 quarter century secret rares and what we're expecting here. So to start things off here, we have Magician of Bonds and Unity. Now this is the card that celebrates the 25 years that we have played this trading card game. Some of you longer than others, but more or less you're going to get this same card rehashed to you 4 times, and they sold out in the very early stages at $250. So remember, Gamer's Choice, use discount code MCool40, and our friends over at Kong's Cards use discount code MCool40 if you're interested in acquiring any of these cards that we talk about today, if they still have them up. Now, the Revolution Synchro is going to probably be the most expensive quarter century next to the Magician of Bonds and Unity, because this is the card that people are looking forward to most out of the set. This is by far the card that makes all of the Synchro Dragon plays ends on a Crystal Wing. Whatever starter slash extender that you're going to go with, this is the piece that makes it all come together. Next up is Espirly Nor. These sold out at $150. Now, for those of you that don't know, Nor is the one that lets you set Leap from the deck. It is one of the most ridiculous cards, actually, what I feel like added into an archetype, because you get free spinability, you get free setting. Like, they were nuts when they designed this card, in my opinion. So, good stuff, Konami. And yeah, purely players get some nice high rarity stuff. Crimson Dragon is the other one that I'm personally excited for, because Crimson Dragon adds a level to the game that's kind of insane, giving you the ability to basically jam your opponent out with a King Calamity during their turn. By the way, can't play the game after that resolves. These sold out at $150 too. I don't know what else to say about that. I'm not surprised to see that this card has the price tag that it has, because it is so good. Next up here we have Vices Amatura. I'm probably butchering that. Sold out at $120. Now let's be honest here for Vices lore at this point in time. This is the card that makes everything kind of go round from this point on. You know, they had to decide that they wanted to print another Justicar card that gives the search on summon, which I think is wild that they keep printing these, but you know what? It definitely is worth the price tag for how good that this card is for Mana Diem and everything else, honestly. Unchained Soul Lord Yama sold out at $100. Honestly, if Aruas have gone up as much as they have, I'm not surprised to have seen that these actually spiked up. Now, I mean, this is the card that gives you a free Unchained monster from deck to hand, and then gives you additional rotation as well. Like, this card is one of the most insane cards in the set, and I wouldn't be surprised to see if this pushes Unchained back on the map as a semi-relevant deck that you're going to have to worry about. Next up is Sleipnir, the Runic Main. Now, unfortunately, these were up for $100 at the moment. Sleipnir is personally the only one that I care about out of the set, because it allows you to play Tyrant's Tirade in Runic. Now, I understand Runic is already degenerate as it is, but I expect that this card is going to be fantastically beautiful. It is an amazing concept for what it adds into the deck. Drawing and warping abilities in Runic are not something that I thought that we would see anytime soon, but whew, boy. Next up is the Noble Arms Museum. Yeah, the pay $1,200, go search for any Noble Arms card that I want from my deck to my hand. Sure, I'll take it. And then you get the ability to special summon one of your guys that's equipped. You know, that's fine. I mean, it does lock you into Warrior, which doesn't really matter all that much. You don't really care. It literally is just more additional searching for the deck. It was what we actually needed to see here. Next up here we have Almace. This is when equipped to a monster, you can equip an Infernoble equip spell from your deck or graveyard to an appropriate monster and then destroy this card. So you go search for the Durandal. These were $100. I don't know if these are going to hold at that price point, to be honest with you, but man, oh man, these in the Noble Arms Museum are going to be some of the best looking quarter century rares in the set, just because of how good that they are for interacting with the deck. And then, of course, Charles the Great. I miss it being called Charlemagne, but this is the card that actually allows you to expedite the process of making the super strong boss monster. These were only $90, but to be fair, I mean, you only play 2 of these, so if this was our quarter century that you're going to go for, it's not too bad in terms of value, honestly. When you can get into the quarter centuries that are less than 3-ups for the deck, then that's where you start to generate a lot of good value, in my opinion. Next up here is Heeda. Now, with Asa being, you know, as cheap as it was for a Starlight, Heeda bringing up the line here at $80 and not even sold out is not all that surprising to me. Now, we'll have to wait and see, honestly, where Heeda settles. I think this might end up being one of the cheaper ones, but this is strictly the waifu tax of the set. You know, collectors are going to want to have the chance to pick this up, and honestly, I got to get a copy just to go with the Charmer set that I've already got going. Next up is Dark World Corridor. These were $80 and they didn't sell out. Now, I've said this 3 times on videos now, but if you're a Dark World player and you're trying to play 3 of these, best of luck, Duelist. You are absolutely crazy, but good luck. Honestly, it's just recruit for a Dark World and then discard a card from your hand. But it's got that nasty restriction of once per turn on it, which is fine. I mean, they had to put something on this card to give it the semi-balancing act of things to kind of keep things fair. So good job to them for at least having that happen. And then, of course, we got the Sinful Spoils of Subdiversion Snake Eye. Now, what's interesting about this is the start of the new Visus lore. A lot of people are looking at this card right now and they're like, you know, do I want to pick this up? You know, we just got the second wave of support for, you know, whatever, well, technically the first wave, but second wave. These were $70 on pre-sale. I don't know how these are going to go. I don't have an answer for you at the moment. I'm just reporting. I don't think the card's all that crazy good, but the fact that it is taking up a high rarity slot is very interesting. Then we have Evil Zor Lars. Now, Lars is another perfect example of walking, talking, negate on a $70 price tag at the moment if you were to upgrade. Now, I'm expecting regular Lars not to be anywhere near as expensive as this, but you know what? This is for the dinosaur players out there, for those that definitely enjoyed these sorts of things. I mean, hey, you got another walking, talking negate that, as long as you know, if you're playing it with reptiles and stuff, you can get, well, 2 negates instead of 1. Then we have the Divine Domain Bastarina. This is the one that lets you do all of the Testina interactions that you've had out here. And this is also one of the first times that we've seen a card basically be able to summon a god outside of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Egyptian god support, which is kind of cool. I don't know where we're going to sit right now with Testina, but these were for $70 at the time being filming this, so, and they're still not sold out, so I think that's interesting. Then we have Cosmic Quasar Dragon. These are still in stock at $70. I'm actually very surprised about that. To be honest with you, this is one of the coolest cards in the set because, I mean, call what it is. All of these cool looking dragons that we continue to get, like the Yusei Fudo deck is maybe not the most competitive thing in the world, but trust me, there's some hardcore players out there that are going to take a look at this and they're like, wow, $70 to, you know, have my one boss monster for my deck. I would probably go ahead and consider grabbing that. Next up is Chimera, the king of the Phantom Beast. The new illusion archetype kicks things off here with some pretty interesting little fun stuff. This is the card that hand rips and causes me nightmares at night, but that's fine. It doesn't take away from the card being amazing. At $70 as of filming this video, it seems a little bit much, but I do think that the few illusion players out there will spend a decent amount of money just to want to make sure that they have these for their deck. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how the illusion stuff holds up. Then we have the rahime, the Manifested Minkanko. So this is the next line of our Minkanko support at $70. I'm not too crazy about this card. Most of the Minkanko decks I've seen don't play this. It's okay, but we'll have to wait and see. If you do try to play it, it's usually going to be a one-up. You're not trying to maximize on this thing whatsoever. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Players will try out things. Coming in sold out at the moment, which, I mean, all right. Minkanko players really want their decks to be max ready. Then we have Angelica, Princess of the Noble Arms. Wow. If poor Noble Knight players out here got so many quarter centuries that it's crazy. These are still in stock pretty much across the internet at $70 at the moment. This gives you the full extensions for everything that you want for Noble, which is really nice. And then it gives you the ability to step into another Synchro. Like, this card is actually pretty good for Noble. It is definitely going to be one of the cards that you need to make sure that you are playing and you're able to make. Then we have Crystal God Testina. During the main phase, change as many monsters your opponent controls as possible to face down, and then send all face up your opponent controls to the graveyard. It's basically link monsters is what you're going to be using that for. And if this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, and change as many monsters your opponent controls as possible to face down defense position, and then send face up to the graveyard. It's on at 2,000, 3,000. These are still in stock at $60. Once again, we're still playing the balancing act of a TCG exclusive archetype here, you know, being in this many high rarity slots. And then we have the Toku Sano Shinkochi. This is the level 10 draw card. Very simple effect. He's actually sold out at $50. A lot of people are putting a lot of money on this card because it does have interaction points for everything level 10, you know. Trading players do love to eat good out here. Like, let's call it what it is at this point in time. I know a lot of people are definitely super excited for this, but 50, I don't know. I don't know if I would have went for it at that price point. And then we have Nightmare Magician. This is probably going to be the worst QC in the set. I think this is the worst secret rare in the set as well. Still in stock at $50. If you're opening a case of this set and this is the QC that you get, I'm absolutely sorry. That's all there is to it. I mean, I'm sure somebody out there is going to try to prove me wrong with this, and that's fine. But the card isn't massively good. The rest of the illusion support was just a banger. And then there's Nightmare Magician for whatever reason that they decided to print this. And then, of course, we have Fusion Armament. Surprisingly to me, this card never took off. Reveal a fusion monster from your extra deck and special summon one of the fusion materials listed on it from the extra deck or from the graveyard. But until the opponent's next turn, it cannot attack and its effects are negated. This does bring out a free extension, but it depends on how much extra deck slots that you're able to dedicate to this to get the maximum value off of it. And, I mean, they're still in stock at $50 right now. I'm not all that surprised to say that at the very least here. And then we have Demigod of the Testina, still in stock at $50. If you control a Testina card, special summon this guy from your hand and then add a Testina spell and trap card from your deck to your hand. And then during your opponent's turn, if you control Crystal God Testina, you can change as many monsters your opponent controls as possible to face down defense position. Man, they love just giving you all of these effects. And then you can send all face up your opponent controls to the graveyard. Yeah. How many flip face downs can you shove into a deck to get maximum value? And then we have Poltergeist Ana here, or Adaminia. I'm happy for your Poltergeist players because you finally get something absolutely amazing. Getting to set an Poltergeist trap directly from the deck, and then while it's on the field, you can set a card you control of the graveyard to target one effect monster opponent controls, and you take control of it. And it's an Poltergeist card? Like, pretty good. So that is everything that we have out of this set for Quarter Century Secrets. I hope that that answers the question of what all these are and where we're sitting on value at the moment. Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.